Hi, this is Maria Quattrone, and good morning. So, I want to go live this morning and talk a little bit about the book that I'm collaborating. It's called Fearless Female Leaders Their Untold Stories Revealed. And why did I want to do this book? I had a friend say to me, I would love to do it, but I am not fearless. And I said, oh my gosh, first of all, so you are so much. Secondly, that it is about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And it came up with the idea because so often we do feel the fear. We feel the fear all the time. At least I do. And I know a lot of other people like me. We have fear every day. And we just go. We just go and we hope that it's all going to come together and work out. And so I was sitting thinking and I said, I'd love to do a book. Well, first of all, go back for a second. So this year I wrote in my journal in January. I wrote about 15 things I wanted to do. And there are some pretty big things on there. And one of them was write a book. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not sure really how that's going to happen, but I'm going to write it down because I've been wanting to do this. And I'll put it on there. I'll put it on my list. And so I joined this group, and they actually schedule you on podcasts. And through this group, I met this woman, Adriana, and I was inspired by her. I listened to her story. It was so moving and emotional and powerful. And I was attracted to her and her energy. And I saw that she had helped over 1,000 contributors either contribute in a book or write their own book. And I was like, wow. And so I was thinking, I'm like, what do I want to do my first book about? And I thought something with women. I wanted to build a community of women. I have so many women leaders that I'm friends with, and I thought this would be a really great idea. And so we came up. I said I had like 10 different titles and kept playing around with each little word and came up with the title Fearless Female Leaders, Their Untold Stories Revealed. And so what does that mean? That can mean whatever you want it to mean. It can mean a story that, you've kept to yourself, or maybe only a few people knew or know about, or maybe it's a story that's out there but not really well known. It could be any kind of story that you want. It could be something from, your childhood or growing up and what you went through, or something that happened in your business life. And I'll talk about mine another day of what my story is going to be, what my story is and what I'm going to share in the book. I'll give some highlights on that next week. Actually, I'm going to talk about it. Or it could be anything that you want it to be. And the fearless part comes in part that, look, I'm on Facebook Live right now. So some people will see it live. A lot of people will watch it later. And that in itself is fearful because, because if you haven't done it, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But it can be a little bit fearful doing it. So I wanted to collaborate with women that feel the fear and do it anyway. And I'm super excited because I've been interviewing people in my podcast, Be the Solution, for the last 2 years. And I learned a lot, so much from podcasting. I'm in the process right now of refreshing things on the podcast. I have about 15 to release. So those are going to be being released in the month of July. I have a lot going on. You'll see a lot of content. But what I learned through doing the podcast is so much about people. And I learned that everybody has a story and everybody has something to share. Everybody. I don't care from what walk of life you're in. You all have a story and you all have something to share. And so when I was growing up, one of my favorite things to do was read. My other second favorite thing to do is ride my bike. So through the summers as a young child and early teenager, I used to just read and ride my bike. And I would get lost in the books and the stories. And so I've been an avid reader my entire life. One summer, in fact, I think I read 52 books, and I did that for the MS Society. I went around and I asked people to donate however many books. They gave a quarter or a dollar or 10 cents. I mean, this is back in like 81, so, or 82. And so that's what people donate. But when they didn't have any idea, the people that donated like a dollar or $5, that I would read 52 books in the course of the summer. So I am totally an avid reader. And I think that's why I love books so much. I have so many books. In fact, I need to get better organized with my books because they're all over the place. I'm always picking up a book and reading it. And so when I met Adriana, I decided I wanted to do this collaboration. And so now I am looking for fearless females. I know that you are one of them, or you know one of them that would like to contribute in the book. It's super duper easy because I know a lot of people said, I don't have time to write my chapter or my story. Well, we made that super easy for you because we have an interviewer who will be interviewing you, and then they will write out your story and send it back to you. It's not a ghostwriter. They will transcribe what you said and then send it back to you for your editing, and then it'll go to the editor. We are slated to launch sometime in October, so there's plenty of time to do the interview. It doesn't take long at all. I wrote down 10 things, 10 reasons why it's a great idea to do a book. And I'm going to talk with number one, community. And that's women supporting women. And right now, I don't know about you, but after last Friday's decision with the Supreme Court, I think us as women need to pull together now more than ever, and our voices need to be heard. I am in utter shock of what the overturn of Roe versus Wade. I usually do not speak about anything political, but this is polarizing, in my opinion. So building a community around women and supporting other women, number one reason. Number two, leaving a legacy. Books live forever. When you're gone, your book will still be alive. It'll be a national or international bestseller on Amazon and maybe others, but leaving a legacy for your children, saying, Mommy did a book. Great Aunt Lisa did a book. And that's powerful. And how much is that to show your children that you can do it, that anybody can do it, that your story needs to be heard. So that was my number two reason. Number healing. We heal through writing. We heal through telling our story. We heal through working through the conflict of our life and our story. So healing is also something that's very powerful with telling your story and getting it out there. For exposure. So if you're in business, writing a book and having your book out there is marketing, getting exposure for yourself and for your brand, continuing to build your authority brand. I think it's totally cool. I'm actually going to do 3 books this year. This is the first one. The second one is about real estate, and then I have another one, and that's about hitting rock bottom. So if the Fearless Female book is not engaging to you, reach out to me about one of the other 2 because they will launch this year. And I'm super duper excited about those. I also will be a contributor. So I would love to talk to you more about that. Number 5 reason, developing opportunities and relationships with other people that you don't know, other authors. Adriana has this amazing author referral group from all around the world. It's not just here in the US, it's in Australia and England, A lot of the people that I've already met from her group are not here from the USA, Canada and in England and in Australia. And I forget they're somewhere else. But opportunities to be on podcasts to promote your book. I love podcasting. I love guest podcasting as much as I love podcasting. I am slated for 52 guest podcasts this year. You need to get the story out. It's time that we stopped playing small and that we stepped into our power and into our light. Now is the time, ladies. Now is the time. If not now, then when? If not now, then when? Okay, so fun. How about that? How about having some fun and some collaboration with other great women? I love to collaborate with others. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually, is connecting people. I've been told that I'm a great connector. I've introduced so many people to so many other people that not just only for friends, but have built business relationships, have won on and built businesses together. That's one thing that I'm super happy about. And I've been able to help a lot of people, connect a lot of people through business and through collaborating. And number 7, so becoming a number 1 bestseller. How about that to add to your list of things that you did? You became a number 1 bestseller author. Now, if I don't say that that's not fun and exciting, number 8. I had to write all these down because I couldn't remember all of them off the top of my head. So number 8, learning, growing. Learning about yourself, growing. So I would say if we're not growing, we're dying, because you don't stay stagnant. The river is not stagnant. Water is not stagnant. We are not stagnant. We are growing and continuing to expand, or we're going in the opposite direction. So I always want to talk about growing. I think that it's something every day I focus on just getting a little bit better, just a tiny, tiny bit better on something. And right now I'm doing that in my fitness and in my health every day, doing a little bit more. And believe me, it's working. I'm feeling so much better. I'm getting into shape. I'm having fun. I'm riding my bike. I'm walking. I'm eating healthy foods, having a good time and all that. So learning, growing. Number 9. So preparing for the book, learning about yourself through preparation, and then preparing for you to do a solo book. Oh, that sounds scary. But what if you could do that? Think about that. What if you could write your own book? So doing a collaboration book is the first step to do your own solo book. And number 10, to bring your light to the world, to continue to shine brighter, to grow, to love, to expand, to tell your story, because we all have a story. We all have a story that needs to be told, no matter how painful. Because with that, with working through that conflict and that pain, becomes a freedom. And that's how we can step into our power and into our light and align with our soul. Next Wednesday at 8 a.m., I am going to talk about not why I'm doing the book, but what I'm going to talk about in my book. And so I hope that you found this helpful today. 10 reasons why it's a great idea to do a collaborative book. I'm asking you, who do you know who is a fearless female that their story needs to be told? And if you're interested in doing one of my other books, a book on real estate titans, and or the other book, it's about rock bottom and developing through the adversity of that, please hit me up. I'm super, super excited to talk to you. Somebody said to me today, you're so busy, Maria. How do you do these things? I go, oh, this is my passion. I have a great passion for books and for stories and for connecting and helping and leading others. And I want to help rise people up, because the more people that we can help, the more it affects our own personal life. And the more that we can affect other people, the more they can help other people. So we have our Pennsylvania Real Estate Scholarship, our MQA Real Estate Scholarship Program, which we started, like 7 months ago. And yeah, challenges through it, learning curves through it. Do we have 100% figured out? I don't know. I think we got to like 90%. So it took 7 months and a lot of blood, sweat, tears, but we're affecting women's lives through that program. And then I see that our real estate agents come in and they've went through the scholarship program, all of it, and they're excelling now. I know that I made a difference. And I want to help you make a difference and get your story out there, because you need to be heard. So hit me up. You can DM me. You can always call me, 215-694-3903, or just send me a message on Facebook. I actually do answer everybody that messages me. Even if I don't know them, I answer them. So feel free to DM me or drop a comment in the link. I look forward to talking with you. I look forward to collaborating with you on the book. I will see you next Wednesday about more of the topic on fearless female leaders or untold stories revealed, and talk about my story. So tune in next Wednesday, 8 a.m., and make it a great one. Thanks for listening today.